Good afternoon. Welcome back to P90X. Today, we're looking at the semitendinosus. This muscle originates on the ischial tuberosity of the hip. It inserts at the medial epicondyle of the tibia, which is right over here. The tibia is also called the shin bone in layman's term. The primary thing the semitendinosus muscle does is it flexes the knee, which is decreasing the angle at the knee. Thank you, Sophie. And it extends the hip. Can we see that? And extending the hip is increasing the angle at the hip joint. What you probably didn't know about the semitendinosus muscle is that it starts at the pelvic region of the hips on the ischial tuberosity, and it crosses only one joint posteriorly. It will cross the knee joint. This is why it is the flexor of the knee and the extensor of the hip, making it the contractile muscle. Oh no! No! Oh. Bad, Alexis! Wow! Great job, Katie! A+. If you want to stretch your hamstrings, here are 3 great strategies. First, standing. You're going to bend over with your back staying flat and try to touch your toes. Number 2, seated. You're going to, again, bend over and touch your toes. Number 3, supine position. In this case, I'm going to bring up her leg, keep it straight, and push it just a little bit forward until she feels that tension in her hamstrings. Hello. I don't know if you knew this, but this is called a Russian deadlift. What Sophie is demonstrating is an exercise that primarily uses your posterior chain. Sophie is keeping her weight in her heels, which is keeping her weight here in her hamstrings or her semitendinosus, in her glutes, and in her lower back. Her posterior chain is working really hard. As she bends forward, she's eccentrically contracting, and as she comes back up, her posterior chain is concentrically contracting. Now we're back on the posterior chain. Sophie is showing us a single leg RDL. Now, this looks more advanced, and it is, so don't try it at home. Her left leg stabilizers are, again, she's eccentrically going down and concentrically coming up, and her stabilizers are working hard to keep her motion stable. As she goes down, you can see this glute muscle is contracting, is eccentrically contracting. Now it's contracting to bring her back up. Yep, you guessed it, back squat. Not front squat, because that would be a different chain. In your back squat, you're using primarily your posterior chain. Again, as Sophie's going down, she's eccentrically contracting her posterior chain, and as she comes back up, she's concentrically contracting her lumbar muscles, her glutes, and her semitendinosus or her hamstrings. This has been episode 1 for P90X. Thanks for watching as we taught you guys about the semitendinosus and your posterior chain. We hope to see you guys back next week for lesson 2 on P90X.
Yeah!
Zoe out.